bitch, you threw her opportunity away. Because now I don't trust her because shoot. You threw all your opportunity away because, bitch, I don't need you.
Like how she feel like she's my fucking pimp. You're not gonna keep talking to me like you're my fucking pimp. You're not gonna keep talking to me like I'm your fucking hoe.
Joseline's cabaret is to showcase your talent, your movements, your beauty, your sexiness, your flyness, your bossiness, and just put it into what we love to do, which is dancing. It's a cabaret. What do you mean you don't want to live? You want to kill yourself?
It's just like a living hell for me every day.
What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl, Messy Maya, and I am back again with another video. So today we're going to be talking about how Amber sat down for a interview and she basically exposed more about Zeus, Joseline's cabaret, Joseline, Ballistic, the reunion. Girl, she got into it. It was about an hour-long interview. I watched it all this morning and I am ready to go ahead and dive in. Okay, so before we go ahead and get into the interview, I want to get into Amber's new diss track on Joseline. She just dropped it, and I'm going to play a snippet just so y'all can hear what she's talking about. I'm not going to lie, I like Joseline, but Amber did eat her ass up. And Amber can actually rap. I feel like she should start taking rap seriously. I know she's a chef and everything, but she's actually pretty good at rapping. Let's play it.
Can't get caught up with a coked out bitch, what you talking about? Got the whole world food on her tongue like who, but in real life she all mouth. And if a nigga start talking bands, but she end up in a van with her drawers out. I'm like Scrappy in a doghouse. Don't make me bring my paws out. She make me bring my brawl out. Who won't smoke cause I'm popping it? I ask her for the love, but she ain't dropping it. Fly out to Miami till I bring her, he believe a trick. He pulling wigs and shit and we ain't having it. She don't know that her nigga on the low, and you might send him on boss, but they heavy on ghosts. The convo had me thinking on the low. How you tryna sell my pussy for some dough? How you tryna fly me out and pimp me on the low? Tell me I can't put my phone out, I'm in a different zone now. But it's in your friend's name, so it ain't your own house. You call it a penthouse? I call it a rent house. Let me vent now, you think you're a pimp now, but you broke as fuck. Remember when you wanna be my manager, but I don't fuck with you cause you switched up. You always seen her move grimy. Didn't you run from Tommy without makeup look like a zombie? And all 4 weekend storyline on love and hip hop, you even ate out your mommy. I could never grow up to be you. You're not a role model to look up to, or I'm not truthful. Well, let's pull up Google. I dropped my lawsuit and I dropped your ass too. Jay, you was a junkie, I knew it. Oh, you was a op and you blew it. S ain't let me on set cause you was so pressed. Why you ain't do me like you did Big Lex? You a eater, you eat it up. How you so high with no lean in your cup? I seen the videos fucking all on the floor, all on the stripper pole, didn't give a fuck. Bitch, you could never get to feel with me, you know I'm better. Got the free funds, I got the free cheddar. Would fuck your man, but I can do better. Bitch, E is for everything that I've been through since your fake ass cabaret. Taking hate from a dealer celebrity, I am the one that you know, so you mad at me. Your fashion is ass, your music is trash. Your nigga grew braids and they don't touch his back, and he's really a bitch. Come to Chirac and get hit with a switch. Auntie, time is ticking, it ain't easy. She never wanna squabble in the streets, and when she see me, they thought I was a stripper when they see me on TV. Now I don't wanna go back to the strip club, CB.
I'm telling you, Amber, Miss Amber girl, okay? Now, you know Joseline don't fight fair. So I just hope if or when you see her in person, you're ready. Because Big Lex did that same shit. If y'all don't remember, Big Lex dropped a whole diss track on Joseline after their season. She went on to do interviews about her. The same thing that Amber's doing. It's just like history is repeating itself. Let's talk about the motherfucking interview, though. We have a lot to get into. Okay, so first, let's talk about the house. So I'm going to talk about Amber's experience in the house, and I'm going to talk about how Joseline treated the girls and her in the house, and basically how Joseline was as a whole in the house, because Amber did talk about this in the interview. So she says in the house, a lot of people thought that she was a bully. Of course, the audience thought that she was a bully once we actually got to see child, because you were, but that's besides the point. Anyways, so the first thing she mentioned was how the audience perceived her as a bully, but she said she's really not a bully. She actually mentioned that she was bullied in elementary school, so she could never be a bully. But she said in the house she just didn't feel good in the house. She said it was hella boring. She said that she compared her experience to other Zeus shows, and she said that she sees other Zeus shows go outside of filming. They're having fun. She said that literally when she was filming Joseline's cabaret, that they would film, dance, go to bed. film, dance, go to bed, film, dance, go to bed. And she said there were literally moments where Joseline would stay in her room most of the times, and the only time where she would speak to them is to come out her room to tell them to shut the fuck up. Which is so funny, because it's not funny because, again, it's sad that she degrades these girls like this and talks to them like she's their fucking pimp or mother. But I'm only laughing because this sounds just like Joseline. Like, I just know Amber's not lying when she says this. So she said that Joseline would literally not talk to them damn near the whole day, and then she would peek her head out her room just to tell them to shut the fuck up. But no. Their experience sounds like a penitentiary. It really didn't sound like a cabaret or anything that would be fun. And Amber said that. She said that it felt like she was in jail. She was not happy. Again, they would film and then go to their rooms. Film, dance, I'm guessing dancing when they're on screen, and go straight to the room right afterwards. So she said that this took a really big toll on her, and she hinted that it did fuck her up mentally, which I don't know if she was like trying to use that as an excuse as to why she was being a bully. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of what she meant. Let me know how you guys perceived it. But yeah, because she mentioned how the audience perceived her and looked at her as a bully. And then in the same sentence, she literally mentioned how being on the show took a toll on her mental health. So, yeah. But honestly, how I feel about that is I feel like Amber was definitely a bully on her season. I mean, come on. The very first episode, you fought Miss Wet Wet for absolutely no reason. Just for being herself, because clearly that was herself. You know, you fought her for being herself. It could have been annoying, but that's not a reason to fucking put your hands on her. And then you basically beat her up for singing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you were a bully. Come on now. Like, and I sympathize with Amber. And whenever Amber gets brought up, or whenever she does an interview and we basically have to relive what she went through, I really truly feel bad for her. But it's like, we're not about to sit here and act like you weren't a bully, because the first part of the season you were definitely a bully to Wet, to Chanel. Yeah. And then after that, I feel like Amber was good. She really wasn't bullying anybody or picking on anybody. But yeah, she definitely okay, girl, don't do that. Don't act like you ain't bullying nobody, girl, because you definitely was. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to talk about that got brought up in their interview was the reunion. So I hate reliving the reunion, the third part of the reunion, because it's just honestly just so unfortunate. I couldn't imagine like looking up to somebody like Joseline, especially in the stripper world. Like, I understand, and most people probably be like, well, why are they looking up to her? She's nothing to look up to. Okay. But anybody who is a dancer or a stripper or being pimped out, like Joseline was at one point, who is basically looking for a way out, and they see this girl who went through all this shit. They done seen her journey on TV, and she made it out. She has her own show. She's her own boss. I feel like if you were in their position, you would be looking up to her too. I don't like how people try to discredit Joseline like she's just nobody to look up to, when I could understand why someone in their position will look up to her, but that's besides the point. Like I said, I couldn't imagine looking up to somebody like Joseline and then meeting her, and it's like the complete opposite of what I thought I was. Like, just imagine meeting your role model and it's like not good. Like, that shit is going to take a toll on you. I'm not going to say wishy-washy, but it's definitely a love-hate between Joseline and I, because it's like because I've seen where she's come from and I want to like her so bad. I do like her, but it's hard to keep liking her and it's hard to keep rooting for her when you're just acting like you don't know where you came from, if that makes sense. Okay? So anyways, Amber touches on that. So she touches on the reunion, And she basically said, she was basically reliving it. So she was talking about how Joseline kicked her hella hard, and we all know this. And then the man asked if Ballistic actually hit her. And she did confirm, although we already knew this, child, but still talking about it. She basically confirmed again that Ballistic did hit her, and that's where it gets brought into the conversation of the lawsuit that she had against both Zeus, Ballistic, and Joseline. So she said, so here's tea. Here's the real tea, okay? And this is what I'm leading up to. So she talked about their reunion. Of course, she talked about what she went through. And this conversation led to the conversation of the lawsuit. So she said she had the lawsuit, but she settled. And she said that she wished she never settled because she feels like Zeus played the fuck out of her. So I'm guessing what she meant by that is that she could have settled for something a lot better than what Zeus gave her. And she said that it was basically a lesson learned. She said she wished she never settled, and she wished she would have either went through with it or settled for more. And listen, in my opinion, I feel like Amber should have definitely went through with the lawsuit. I was so upset when I figured out that she settled. Only because, and again, I like Joseline, but sometimes we have to be held accountable for our actions. And not only Joseline, because again, it's a girl fight. So what happened between Joseline and Amber didn't really faze me that much, but it was more so Ballistic putting his hands on a woman over a woman fight. So you're telling me your wife just gets to talk down on these girls, run up on these girls, talk shit about these girls, degrade these girls, but as soon as they stand up for themselves, you got to put your hands on them? Or not even that, yell at them, cuss them out, just like he did to Big Lex on their reunion? Till this day, I still don't understand why the fuck Ballistic even comes out on stage. What the fuck? Like on Bad Girls Club, you did not see the bad girls' boyfriends coming out on stage. No, it's between women. Why are you in a woman fight? You know damn well these girls got beef with Joseline. So Joseline can talk her shit, but as soon as somebody talk theirs, or as soon as somebody put their hands on Joseline, now you ready to put your hands on them. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I feel like if she was going to hold anybody accountable, even if she would have dropped the lawsuit against Zeus or Joseline, she should have still at least sued Ballistic. She should have at least sued Ballistic. What? Oh, girl, she would have got that money. Girl, you playing. What? Oh, baby, I would have sued Ballistic. Ballistic would have been paying my bills for the rest of his life. And she was in the hospital after the reunion. Like, your case don't get no better than that. And then come to find out you settled. And not only did you settle, you settled for something that you now regret. Bitch. Amber would have been a rich bitch. If I was Amber, I would have been a rich bitch. I promise you. So besides that, she also mentioned that she reached out to Big Lex after the big brawl between her and Joseline. She basically said, to make a long story short, she said that she reached out to Big Lex after the whole brawl happened. And she said that she did tell Big Lex, she told Big Lex basically, if you want to catch Joseline in Miami or Melissa in Atlanta, let's link up and do that. And I was just like, Amber, oh my God. Child, here's my thing. I understand Amber's frustration towards Joseline. I get it. Joseline did Amber dirty and kicked her and put her in the hospital and had her boyfriend, her fiance, her husband, whatever you want to call Ballistic, put his hands on Amber. I get it. But this is my thing, baby. Heal and let it go. You ain't got to forget. But heal from it and move on with your life. Because the more she harbors this and stays on this, she is going to be bitter for the rest of her life. Okay? she is going to be bitter for the rest of her life. Like, the fact that it's been almost 2 years since this whole thing happened. Well, was it 2 years ago? Y'all let me know. Maybe I would say like a year and a half. The fact that this has been a year to a year and a half ago, and you're just now doing interviews, you're just now dropping a diss track. Like, girl, do you realize how much you would have blown up if you would have done all this shit afterwards, after the whole thing happened? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. So yeah, so she basically texted Big Lex and said that if she wanted to link up to find Joseline and Melissa for jumping her, they could link up and do that. And Amber literally basically said that Joseline knows who to try because she did that. She knew who to do it to, pretty much, because she didn't do that to Amber. But she kind of did do it to you. She tried to jump you on the reunion stage, and she had her man put his hands on you. So if anything, I feel like you got it kind of worse. She was also saying how she doesn't like how Zeus portrays black women in a bad light, which it's just like, girl, you went on the show knowing what it was about. You seen season 2. You know what season 2 was about. You knew how Joseline treated those girls towards the end. You still chose to go on the show. Not only that, but at that point, Zeus was only putting out new shows that were surrounded around drama. So she basically said that Zeus needs to, which I agree though, I do agree at a certain extent, but it's like, you really can't talk because you went on the show knowing what the show was about. Anyways, so she basically said that Zeus needs to balance their content. Instead of doing just negative content and putting black people in a bad light, they should also do, especially because it's a black-owned network, they should do, show black people in a positive light as well, and just balance it out, which I feel like is true as well. Everything on your network does not have to fucking be, you know what I'm saying? It does not all have to be negative. I completely agree with that. I just feel like it's the wrong messenger. So let me know how y'all feel about this, okay? Do you guys feel like Amber is trying to clout chase? Do you feel like she's a little too late with dropping a new disc track and doing all these interviews about Joseline and talking all this shit about Joseline? Please let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
I love her, how she with the